All right, good morning, everybody. We are back. It is Thursday. It is January 7th, and we are ready to work hard today. What we're going to do is a full workout that consists of single and double dumbbell or kettlebell weights movements. We're going to try and do we're going to do a feet elevated deadlift. So if you have a plate at home, like a 1 to 3 inch plate or a small 1 to 3 inch platform or step that you have around, then you can grab that. Otherwise, I have some modifications for that. And so the one movement, I'm just looking real quickly, the one movement that I want to just demonstrate for us is actually two. I'll demonstrate that feet elevated lift. I just have to get my plate first. Excuse me 1 second. So you would have ideally a 1 to 3 inch plate or step up. And you're going to stand up on that and then go ahead and do our normal deadlift. Touch one head on each and stand up. So with the feet elevated, we're increasing the range of motion, which makes it a little harder. If you don't have a plate to use, then what you're going to do is touch both heads of the dumbbell. So normally when we go down, we touch just the top front head. When you go down, you're going to go and touch both heads, which will also increase your range of motion. Dumbbells are going to be on the outside. The other movement that I want to demo is a bear crawl row. And so it sounds more complicated than it is. We're going to be just in our bear crawl position, knees up, shins parallel to the ground. Back is flat, and we are going to row from that position. Okay? So those are the only two moves I think that are sort of newer or not as typical for us. Go ahead and take a moment to grab your dumbbells. We're going to practice all of these throughout. If you have something to elevate your feet on, grab that as well. Let's take about a minute just to get our things together and get our warm-up weights. I'm gonna get the clock ready. Also shoot out any questions if you have it about those movements. Get the right weights here. In addition to the feet elevated deadlift and the bear crawl rows, we're also going to be front squatting with dumbbells. And we're going to be doing some alt lunges and some side facing burpees. All right. And with those burpees, actually, we're going to do something a little different. So side facing burpees, we are parallel to our weight. I'm putting the dumbbells down and I'm going to go in the middle of both dumbbells. So I'm going to go down, up, come, jump over, do my burpee, jump over. So you can put the dumbbells down in the sides and go side to side, or you could always just put one down and do your burpee and jump side to side. That's fine. All right. Any questions? We're going to start off with our normal warm-up of 40 seconds on, 20 seconds off with a box crawl. So you're going to just be in your bear crawl position. If you don't have room to do an entire box, do a few steps forward, to the side, to the back. Then you could just go forward, back, side to side in a smaller space. That's totally fine. All right, I'm going to get our clock. Have your weights and set. And we are going to start off on the ground in 10 seconds. All right, so give yourself some space. 3, 2, 1, go. So again, with that bear crawl, We are keeping our shins parallel to the ground, knees are off the ground. We are moving forward, backward, side to side, warming up the shoulders. My abs are tight, so my back is not sinking in. And we're moving. Again, you can just go forward or backward, side to side, just in your space. So right like this. If you don't have room to do a whole box. All right, rest. Go ahead and grab a dumbbell and have your second one. This is, we're gonna try these feet elevated dumbbells. So if you have your platform, go ahead and get on that. We're gonna start just with a single dumbbell. 2, 1.
Let's go.
So we'll just hold it like a sumo style or goblet style and go down and touch. And touch. Hinging at the hips. You can grab that second dumbbell now if you have one. And my weight is on the outside. And I'm going down and touching one head. Make sure that your head is tracking, your neck is in line with the rest of your back. Really hinge. Push through the plate or the platform on the way up. All right, rest. Now, bear crawl, alt arm, dumbbell rows. So we're just going to be in that bear crawl position, and we're going to row. We're not going to be moving forward or backwards. 2, 1,
Let's go.
go. So we're getting in that position and rowing the weight to our rib cage. Stabilize. Give yourself some wide base with your feet so you're not wobbling too much. Anytime we're stabilizing, wider is more stable, narrow is more challenging. So you could also play around with bringing your feet a little closer and see what that does to your core. One, rest. Now we're going to try our front squat. We're going to start with one dumbbell, goblet style. And then halfway through, we're going to switch to 2. So here we go. Just warming up. Hips, knees, ankles. Initiate with the hinge. Squeeze all the way. You could grab the other weight now and get into your front rack. Elbows are forward and up. One head of each dumbbell touching the shoulder. And rest. All right. Alt lunges are next. We're going to start with the dumbbell and the goblet again, and then halfway through, we'll add 2 at a farmer's carry. Three, 2, 1.
Let's go.
Forward or reverse is good in terms of your lunges. And we could switch, add that second dumbbell in farmer's carry. During the workout, RX Plus would be to go overhead with the lunge. And rest. Now we're going into that side-facing burpee. Again, you can put your dumbbells down and go back and forth. I don't quite have the room for that, so I'm going to use just a single dumbbell like we normally would with a bar. Let's go. So our standard burpee, We know feet go back together. Chest and thighs touch. Hop back up and over the bar, dumbbell rather. We can step back for our modification and step up. We can step back and step over. We could jump back to plank and do more like an up down. All of those are adequate modifications. 2, 1, rest. Let's hit the ground. We're gonna do some Russian twists. Let's keep our feet on the ground for these. So heels stay in contact. Hold the dumbbell vertically. 2, 1.
Let's go.
And we're turning and touching. Trying not to round my spine too much. And my head is tracking with my shoulder blades or with my clavicle. Touch, touch. Keep the abs tight. Two, one,
Rest.
and last one is hollow hold. We're going to start on the ground and get into our balled up position. Two, one. So go ahead and add one leg. Add the second. Toes are pointed. I am squeezing my legs together. Go ahead and add the arms if you feel good. You could stay here. You're modifying. You could also play around with some of the extended positions. Keep it tight through the middle line. And if you're feeling good, you could add some flutter kicks right now. Low back is in contact with the ground completely. Shoulders are off. 2, 1, and rest. Okay. That is the warm up. And that is all of the moves that we'll be hitting up during the workout. So what are we going to do now? We're going to go into strength portion. Strength portion is going to alternate rounds between feet elevated deadlift and variations of the bear crawl row. Okay, so first round, we're going to do the feet elevated deadlift, or if you don't have something to raise up your feet, you're touching both heads of the dumbbell to increase the range of motion. We're doing the regular one that we just did. Same thing with the bear crawl. And then we're going to do some one-arm versions. So a one-arm deadlift, right arm bear crawl for the 40 seconds. Okay, and it is 40 seconds of work. So choose a weight that you can sustain for that time period. All right. For the bear crawl, you can scale by putting your knees down. So you would just be on your hands and knees and doing the same rowing motions that we're doing. And if you're feeling really good and you want to try and scale up a little bit, I mentioned narrow balance. In the bear crawl, you can try lifting the opposite leg, elevating the opposite leg of the arm that is rowing. So for the one arm rows, if I'm rowing with my right arm, or my left arm rather, then my right is down, my left leg is down, and my other leg is up. Your off leg, whatever leg is not rowing on the rowing side. And we're going to do those, so four of each, right? So round one is the deadlifts, round two is the crawls, crawl row, etc. And for eight times through. I will cue you in the interim, so if you need to switch weights out, go ahead and do that. Make sure there's room for your plate and for somewhere to do your rows, and we'll get started in a minute. Looks pretty good. Quick sip, everybody good to go? You all look good to go? Here we go. So first movement is regular feet elevated deadlifts. Weights are on the outside of the legs. In 10. 3, 2, 1, go. For the first one, hinge, good back on the way down. If you don't have the right weight to use 2, then use 1 like we started our warm-up. Come up all the way, make sure shoulders come back to full extension at the top. About 5 more seconds, get a few more reps in. And rest. Now we're gonna hit the floor. We are doing an alt row with the bear crawl. In 3, 2, 1, go. So I'm in that good bear crawl position. And rowing that weight. As I row, I'm fighting for that same side hip to stay down and parallel to the ground. You may have a tendency to want to turn that out. Exhale as you're pulling the weight towards your body. And rest. Feet elevated deadlifts, right arm only. And as you're doing these, you may want to track with your left hand as if your left hand is holding a dumbbell. 2, 1.
Let's go.
I like to hold my left hand out a little bit just as a counterbalance. You could go through the motion as if you have the dumbbell in your hand. Halfway, a little more than halfway. Five seconds. 2, 1.
Rest.
Good. Come down. Now we're going to do bear crawl row and only do the right arm the whole time. So one arm throughout the entire movement. And this is where if you want to try lifting that left leg, give it a shot if you're feeling good. I don't feel that coordinated today to try that out. There we go. All right. Now we're going left side, left-handed, single arm deadlift with the feet elevated. 2, 1.
Let's go.
Again, hinging and pushing up through the ground as if I'm trying to push the earth away from my body. Ten seconds. and rest. Going back to the floor. This time we're doing the left side. Left arm, bear crawl, row. And again, if I'm scaling, I'm just putting my knees on the ground and still doing that row. If I'm scaling up, I am trying to lift that right leg off the ground. Two, one, rest. And now, for the last round of each, we're going back to two hands, regular, like we did first round. And so just to show, if you don't have the plate, I'll do a set without the plate. I'm going down and I'm touching both heads to get a deeper range of motion. You might find that you're narrowing your stance compared to what you might do on a barbell. 3, 2, 1, rest. Now back to the floor for our last round of rows. Alternating this time. 2, 1, go. Keep everything tight. Keep that core tight. Contract those abs. Widen the feet to give a good base. Mine are a little wider than shoulder distance. Two, one. Well done, as the clock said. All right. I'm gonna take a 2-minute rest while I explain our WOD. So we're doing a climb the ladder WOD. Sorry, my timer on my phone is freaking out. Okay. We are doing a climb the ladder WOD that is consisting of front squats, side facing burpees, farmer's carry alt lunges, and side facing burpees. So 4 movements, well, 3 movements, 1 done twice. We're gonna do these by 2s. So first round, we're gonna do 2 front squats, 2 side facing burpees, 2 alt lunges, 1 on each leg, 2 side facing burpees. Then we're gonna do 4 of each, then 6 of each. We're gonna do that for 6 minutes. Then we rest for 3. Then we're gonna do it for another 4, rest for 2, and then finish off with another 2 minutes. So we're just gonna keep running it over and over again. When we come out of the break, we're gonna pick up where we left off. So at the end of 6 minutes, if I'm on 6 alt lunges, when I start up again in the 4, I'm gonna pick up with the burpees and go back to the top. So you keep it running, you keep climbing up the ladder every time we work. Does that make sense for everybody? Or questions about that movement?
So like weighted front squats, like.
Yes, weighted double dumbbell front squats like we did at the second part of the warm up.
Okay.
And again, if you don't have the right weights, modify with single. That's totally fine. The RX weights are 50 and 35. You can also scale with no weight. So scale appropriately based on what you have, right? An RX Plus is a double dumbbell overhead carry on the lunges if you're feeling really good. I'm just getting our timer set up. I have a special timer here that Beth shared. And I'm just getting it set up for us. So this clock will run totally straight through. So take a moment just to get your weights in order. Move out your platform from your deadlifts, and we'll get started. Have a sip of water, and we'll get started in a minute here. So front squats, side-facing burpees, lunges, side-facing burpees. Lunges, forward or reverse are okay. All right. So we have 6 minutes of work right now, starting with 2 reps of each and then adding 2 every time. Climb the ladder. Front squats, side-facing burpees, alt lunges with a farmer's carry, side-facing burpees. Everybody good to go? All right. Move well. Good luck. I will stop and check you all out. We're moving in 10. 3, 2, 1, go. Getting into those lunges, deadlift the weight up to the carry. Nice, Steph. Keep those elbows locked, good position. As you get into that front squat, clean the weight up to your shoulders. You can even go into kind of a squat clean with it. Good, full range of motion. I like to have them back a little bit on my shoulders, helps keep my elbows up. Good, 2 minutes in. Try and find a pace that you can hold without taking too many breaks. We're over halfway through this first part. Two minutes. "45 seconds. Ten seconds.
Three, two, one.
Rest. Make a note of where you are. We have a 3-minute break, which time you are catching your breath, grabbing some water, trying to calm your heart rate a little bit. So now wherever you were, you're gonna pick up. So I got 2 front squats in the round of 10. So I'm gonna pick up and start with 8 and go into my 10 burpees. As the numbers are getting higher, you may need to break your sets up. That's totally fine. Think about it. Be deliberate and strategic about it. Don't just be willy-nilly. If you're going for 10 and you want to break up, hit 6, hit 4. Give yourself a time. 10 seconds, count 3 breaths, whatever it is, and get back on that weight. So have a plan. Be deliberate. We got 1:20 left in this rest. Everybody was looking good on their movements. Remember, When you come up to that farmer's carry, deadlift that weight up first before you start lunging. Protect your back. Clean the weight up for your front squats. We're going again in 45 seconds, this time 4 minutes of movement. You could also, if you're front squatting, just rest in front rack and gather yourself. Also think about your breathing. Take a good breath as you're getting ready to go down, and then exhale on your way up. Brace your core the whole way. Ten seconds, here we go. Let's make it happen. 3, 2, 1, go. Really work to keep your chest up in that front rack. Ninety seconds. Seconds.
Three,
2, 1,
go.
rest. Okay. Only a 2-minute break, followed by 2 minutes of work. Pick up where you left off. As we get into this last round, dial in your form, brace your core on those squats. Don't let the weight drag you down. Chest up, tight core, lock it into that front lock. Whew. Steph, the overhead lunges are amazing. That you're even doing them. Good work. As I was lunging, I was like, I don't think I can hold these overhead right now and stay balanced. Whew. All right. 30 seconds, get your mind right. Your mind is going to tell you need to quit before your body actually has to. We could do anything for 2 minutes. 20 seconds. Pick it up where you left off. Here we go, 10. 4, 3, 2, 1, go. 'Stick with it. Less than a minute. Twenty seconds.
Two, one, done.
Rest. Woo. All right. Sorry about that. Woo. All right. Catch your breath. Keep one weight out for your Russian twists. We're gonna do a Tabata core finisher. So 4 minutes on total, 20 seconds on, 10 seconds off, 8 rounds. First movement is plate hollow body or dumbbell what you do for that is hold your weight in this position. We're going to go down and hold the weight overhead. You can scale up by flutter kicking. If you don't have the right kind of weight to hold overhead, do a hollow body flutter kicks, no weight. Then we're going to go into our Russian twist. Heels are down. If you want to scale up, you could move your hands in more of a rainbow motion rather than just a side to side. It's just going to add a little something extra to your shoulders, different range of motion, going to hit your abs a little bit differently. All right. Let me get back to that timer for us. 40 on, 20 off. I'm sorry, 20 on, 10 off. Regular Tabata. And we're gonna make our chorus feel all nice. All right, here we go. In 10 seconds, starting with the plate hollow hold or flutter kicks. And 3, 2, 1, go. My shoulders are off the ground. My back, low back is in full contact. Core is tight. 2, 1, rest. Come up, get in position for your Russian twists. 2, 1. First round, I'm going to be standard. Holding the dumbbell vertically, touching on both sides of my hips, turning my shoulders and my head in the direction of the dumbbell. 2, 1, rest. Back to our hold. 3, 2, 1, go. Just hold this time nice and tight. Squeezing everything together. Tight is light. Bring your legs together. Point your toes. Squeeze your quads. Everything is tight. 2, 1, come out of it. Back to that Russian twist. I'm going to hit those rainbows this time. Go. So just a higher motion. Rest. Going into our third hollow. Halfway done. 2, 1, go. If I'm flutter kicking, I'm still thinking about tight quads, locked out knees, pointed toes. Good form. 2, 1, and rest. All right, hang in there. A few more to go here. Going back to the Russian twist. I'm going back to standard this time. It's okay to mix it up and actually feel the difference between the range of motion or the muscle groups as they're hit. 2, 1, rest. Starting to feel it. Last hollow. 1, go. Everything is tight. Squeeze and breathe. 2, 1, and come out of it. Last Russian twist. Here we go. I'm going back to that rainbow motion. Heels are down. Track the weight. Go. Come on, 10 seconds. Hang in. 2, 1, done. Woo! That was kind of exciting. Whew. Catch your breath, grab a quick sip. If you have to run, that's okay. We're gonna get into 6 minutes of mobility just to round everything out. I'm gonna jump right into it. If you have to pop out, just make sure you hit it up later on. These are all movements that we've done before here. So we're going to be on the ground for the whole time, starting in that lunging position. I'm going to keep my knee sleeves up just as a little extra cushion. So the night stretch, it's really a lunge. Stepping into a deep lunge, my back foot is untucked. Really leaning in to quad, my hands are on my hips. One thing I've been noticing, and this is a deep lunge, so my knee is extending, my hip is sagging down, but one thing I notice is that I tend to cave my hips to get into good position or bad position. So really think about squaring your hips. Maybe you have to widen your leg and your knee a little bit. But we want them nice and perpendicular. You should be feeling this all down your front quad, coming out of your hip flexor. I'm sucking in my belly button so I don't overly round or arch my back. And now we're going to stay in this position. And we're going to go ahead and interlock our hands above our head. Squeeze the glute of your leg with the knee that is back. And if you're good here, lean a little bit away from that lunging leg or from that back leg. Turn your shoulders so you don't, just like your hips, try and square out your shoulders and feel that stretch through your hip flexor. This is tricky stuff. And I am not by any means the picture of mobility right here, but I am working on it as much as possible. We can start coming out of that slowly. Switch sides. Again, that deep lunge, back foot is untucked. I am working on not turning in or sagging my hips, letting them cave. I'm actually widening my foot and my knee. And then sitting down into my hips. Hip flexors, hamstrings on that front lunge leg. Squeeze your glute of your back leg. That'll help you stay in place. And breathe. Move around, adjust your position as you need to. Sometimes I put my hands on my knee to help out here. So we're going to stay right here. And we're going to go ahead and add the arms above. Interlock them if you can. For some of us, this is going to be tricky. And some of us, we get into this position, is this is enough? If you feel it and you got the movement, give a little lean to the side and get a little extra something down the side of your hips. Again, I'm adjusting as I feel myself coming forward. I'm trying to readjust. This is not perfection. It is a work in progress. And I'm working right now to counteract decades of maybe not good form or not good posture. 2, 1, come out of it. Last one, diamond low back stretch. So we're gonna bring our feet together, pull them in. We're gonna tuck our hands under our shins, around to like the tops of our feet. I'm bringing my elbows down in between my legs, and I'm hinging my torso down towards my feet. This is a low back stretch. So all across your lumbar. We're gonna stay here for 2 minutes total. So just breathe and relax. Let your head hang low. Try and get all of the tension out of your body. One more minute here.
Last round.
Breathe and relax. You all did great work today. You just put a lot of demands on your body. Your body just gave you a lot. And you can come out of that. So when we do that mobility and the stretching, it's like we're giving back to our body. That recovery is so important. All right, y'all, another week and we did it again. Great morning. You know the line. You've done more than most people do in the day. You should be proud of your effort. That was a lot of work here that we just put in. And I thank you for putting it in with me and enduring. Great job.
Thank you so much.
Thanks a lot, Eric.
Thanks.
All right, y'all. Great job. Great day. Stay safe out there.
Take care, everyone.
All right. Take care.
Bye.